Hello. Welcome everybody to a brand new event. This is a special one. A little bit call back to, the boss rush against the World Series that Oolong had, called Guild Takedown. So I am your host, Box Ross. I'm doing this one alone today, but we have exciting new event. The HUD looks a little bit weird. Don't worry. I'll explain it. But first, let's run through the rules of this event. So it is a crew battle format. It's a little bit out there, but basically, we're going to have two teams. One is a guild team, which the guild that's fighting is going to be the Light Owls, versus a duo team, which in this case is BeyondHumans, which is the nickname for GG and Magno. I'm pretty sure GG's still ready to go. But those two are going to be fighting. A class can only be used twice for either team. Basically, for the small team, so GG and Magno, they each have 6 lives to work with. They are allowed to swap. If they lose their first 3 lives, they're allowed to swap out with each other, however they feel they needed. The guild team has basic 3 lives set up. So we're going to be running through those fights. There's also going to be a lives transfer system, which is not that bad. I was always a little bit worried about trying to explain the rules because they're a little bit out there. But simple is just that players can give each other lives. The GG and Magno, they can trade lives depending on if they want to revive their teammate, give them more space to work with, stuff like that. The other team, the guild team, can technically transfer lives, but it'll cost somebody 2 lives to give someone else 1 life. And also, the players cannot transfer lives to players with plus 8 SP. So primarily Ablaze. They can't just feed all their lives to Ablaze, unfortunately. But that is the basis of the event. We're going to be running with a basic wheel to decide host. We talked about this for a bit. Couldn't really find a good solution that felt fair. So we're going to do the classic 50-50. So I know that's not everyone's standards, but either way, I'm hoping you guys are ready and are going to enjoy today. So let's first off go to my favorite thing in existence, the host wheel, and spin this bad boy to decide who gets host to start out. This could be a long event. This could be a short event. We're not really sure. These fights could be over very shortly. But it looks like GG and Magno are going to be able to host first and foremost. So I'm going to go inform good old friend Magno that he has won his first host. And he should hopefully be making the lobby. Not sure how long it's going to take him to get that. I'm hoping he's a bit more tentative. Real quick, while we're waiting on Magno, I'll real quickly explain what's up with the weird HUD. Had to rework a few things. Basically, what's on the left is showing Magno and GG's lives because they're kind of special with their extra lives. And with the extra text at the bottom, that shows players remaining. So from what I know, it seems that's going to be 8 players in Light Owls and then 2 for BeyondHumans. So depending on how these fights are going to go, lives are going to adjust, things are going to change. I'll be checking in with fighters in between fights to obviously confirm if certain players need host and all that, and all that fun jazz. So yeah, like I said, now we're just kind of in that awkward waiting period. Hopefully Magno is going to respond in a timely manner. Otherwise, this is going to be a very sad event. But could always be worse, to be fair. So just kind of in that waiting. He is, oh god, mine has gone offline. I am just going to assume that he's getting his host ready. I believe it's Magna going first. We had some conflict with GG because his sleep schedule has been a little bit borked over the past few days. So there was actually slight worry that he would not be able to play. From what I understand, he is supposedly good to go unless he dozes off in the middle of the tournament, which, hey, I don't think I'm going to knock him too much for it. I will, but, just maybe expect it. Magno is back on his phone. Please, Magno, give me a code, my guy. All right, he's responding now. Just waiting on him to go nab it. All right, we got our code. I'm going to go post this over to Light Owls so they know where to go. I'm hoping, actually, it'd be nice if he actually properly posted it here. But there we go. I believe that our first fighter is going to be Crazy J from Light Owls. So let me put the headset on and get in there. Take out the controller. been waiting here for quite a bit, so they've died. Gotta turn it back on. Give it a good shake. All right, there we go. All right. All right, joining the lobby right now. If the join button would like to work. Join button, I swear to God. I put the right code in. Broken Edge is being a little bit finicky. There we go. Finally, jeez. All right. Hey boys, sorry it took me a second. Good to see you guys. You guys are, I believe, good to go. So, like I said, can't use the class twice. All right. Yep. Nice. All right, it was good. All right, real quick. Oop. Uh-oh. Might have a little bit of a bug set up. Oh, and apparently Crazy J cannot handle it. Apparently Crazy J, did Crazy J's dead set die?
His router blew up. His router blew up.
The router has blown up again. All right, folks, there was a little bit of a worry that Crazy J might have to go.
His router always
This is time number 3 million. His router has exploded, unfortunately. This is sad. I am not 100% sure if that means he's able to come back. He's still in the Light Owls VC.
I'm not even gonna lie.
So I'm pretty sure he's still
I'm
alive.
shitting myself.
Okay, all right, man. Calm down. Okay, go to the potty. I don't know. But don't do that. Anyways, so like I said, we're waiting on. If Crazy J can't come back, then we do have Tired Cat, who actually I did not account for when we were doing the initial count of people. So he may be able to step in if he wants to. I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna go though. But
Crazy Day wasn't accounted for from what I heard of.
no, he was. I'm pretty sure I listed him in the thing.
I was lied to then.
All right.
Fake list.
Wow, you were lied to.
Fake list.
Wow. Unless
You're lied to
maybe
me,
I just
fake
misread something. Anyways, Crazy J is typing. This is once again a riveting start to our tournaments. All right. Okay. Well, he said I'm going. Sorry if it happens every time. I'm not. Does that mean he's not joining back, or does that mean he's coming back?
Oh. I don't even know.
And the 5 million year wait for Crazy J. This always happens at the start of my tournaments. We always have some sort of thing delaying the fights, which I've expected. Honestly,
I don't think there's been one Crazy J game where he doesn't crash at all in the first one. I'm not even gonna lie.
Impossible challenge.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he is. Hold on. No, yeah, he
You're
is.
on fire, by the way.
All right, let me before you guys hit also I need to get off a fighter. All right, let me. Okay,
Oh.
all right, you guys get to start. Whatever. Yeah, let's try again. All right, there we go. This time, that's much better. All right, fight's all good to go. All right, reposition the camera on good friend Critical Magno. All right, and the fight begins. All right, Magno has taken Viking. Crazy has taken Samurai. Magno has Host. He's gonna be able to use that nicely. We're swinging the swords around in a very, very, very nice opening near hilt tap for Mr. Viking. I apologize for Magno. Viking is in this event, but anyways, now I was trying to keep him at bay. Crazy J had popped the ward, and the ward was also destroyed just now. Magno's bringing out those axes. Gets a beautiful axe damage. Crazy J lacked a little bit of awaken there, and paid a bit of a price for it. Looks like he's taking out his edge breaker. Looks like he's taunting with, or he's feigning with the secondary, and gets tapped to the chest. Brutal. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little off his game, considering he's a little bit limited right now, with his router possibly blowing up in the next few milliseconds. But hopefully all is well. Takes out ward immediately, trying to keep himself safe. Magno's going to be looking for some opportunities. Tries to go for another hill tap, gets some nice damage, takes some nice damage in return. He's got to be keeping careful to keep these chip tears alive. So far, Magno's not lost a single life, which is good for him. He's only got 6 of them. But a little bit of damage. This is the last clash. Jay will have his ward, and the ward is gone. Overall, some very slow tip trading. Not much damage, not too much damage. Obviously, a slight lead for Magno. The axes come out, and oh, that was a very misplayed move. Big damage. That sword is going to regenerate. It's not going to be back to full by the time the sword's going to clash. He's kind of holding up that axe. Comes up right at him and pinches it with the axe, the double axes. Gets some nice awaken damage in there too. Overall, this fight is still very, I would say, even for the most part. Obviously, Viking has a, not Viking, why am I calling him Viking? Magna has a slight lead. Gauge is broken for Crazy J, and Magno has got to keep his gauge alive. It's going to come close, and he goes for the very low body tap right to the dick tap. If I make any more highlights, I've got to keep on highlighting the dick taps. That's another one. Crazy J is feeling a little bit down about himself, but that was his fault for walking into the dick tap. All right, this could be a very quick 3-0 sweep. He's got to keep himself careful, got to keep himself steady. Goes for a very nice lunging attack, 100 damage, takes some damage in return, but Magno, he's got to watch his blade slowly regenerate. He's going to think with the axes now. He's going to be using his axes, brings out the double axes, and gets all right damage. Not as good as his previous attempts, relied a little bit on the edge breaker there. Not the edge breaker, the awaken there. Crazy J has his ward, ready to keep himself safe. Goes, poof, big damage to both sides. For the most part, Crazy J comes out much more hurt though. Abilities. Magno's used very few of his abilities right now. He's keeping himself very safe. Wow! Walked forward. Crazy J walked forward and dealt huge damage, forcing a second wind. I kind of cursed him there with saying he hadn't used his abilities yet. It looks like he's taking out the edge breaker, looking to go for maybe a killing strike. Lunges forward, breaks the gauge. That's a lot of awakened damage. That's going to force second wind out of Crazy J. Backs up, takes the sword. Looks like they're both kind of taunting. Takes out the axe. He positions the axe very interestingly. 47 damage dealt Crazy J. Crazy J's using his own edge breaker with a secondary, trying to feint him out. Magno's playing very careful, and he lunges at it, takes the bait, and that is a lot of damage. That is forcing down to critical parry. Takes out ward, keeping himself safe. He's going to want to have as many opportunities as he can to get this parry out. Jumps at him. Wow, that was impressive. I feel very bad. Magno is incredibly hyped. Crazy J is incredibly dead. And was that a shield dick tap? I don't know. That's very interesting. But that is the end of Crazy J. And that is one player down for Light Owls. Magno standing tall above them all. All right, so we're going to go a little bit. Actually, real quick, before we go on break, something that we should do before we go on break is to determine who is going next on host. We're going back to the wheel. Real quick, let's spin this bad boy. Spin, spin, spin to win. Let's see who's getting it. It looks like this one's going to go to Light Owls, are hosting this time around. All right, very interesting. All right, so going to go talk with them, see who they're sending out. We will be right back. All right, we are back. We have the code. It's our next fighter up is from Lighthouse is going to be Mystifus. Let me actually get this code over to Magno. Hopefully, Magno is still ready. Let me get in game. Actually, let me get that code in. All right, give me that. Give me the code. Hand. There you go. Give me the sword. I mean. Okay. All right. It's. That's the wrong button. All right, joining in. All right, they're both here. All right, hey guys. So Magno, just throwing this out there. Wait, he can't hear me. Magno, turn your mic on. Magno. Oh shit. Okay, the game's starting. Never mind. They couldn't even. Damn. No one respects my name anymore. All right, let me turn my mic off. Let me fix up the camera because it's going all fucking crazy. All right. Mystifus is hosting on this one. Fight begins. Mystifus. This is going to be Magno's last time using Viking. He cannot use Viking after this. But Mystifus on Samurai has Ward. Opens up with a pretty bad trade to start off. Could be better. Magno goes for a pretty nice sword tap. Those swords were very, very close to each other. Damage, I think, slightly favored Magno. We'll have to see what else he can pull off for the rest of this fight. Lunges forward, and Mystifus can't react in time. Pops the ward. He's got to be very careful. The ward is gone now. The safety is not there. He lunges forward. 100 damage. Hilt shot. Absolutely brutal. Not much damage dealt back to Magno. He's taking out the edge breaker. They really love their edge breakers. He's feigning with the secondary. Looking for something. Magno's holding up that shield, and it's not wasted. The edge breaker is not wasted. The shield crust is just a little bit gone now. Once again, taking out the edge breaker. Magno's trying to use the shield. Jumps at him, and that was the secondary, which is gone now. Only a measly 6 damage. Not much at all. Magno's playing this very well. Magno brings out the axe. Double axes. Tries to get some awaken with it. Only 38 cut damage. Not that great, but then again, he's also not having a gauge, so nothing's to regenerate. And ooh, a bad move there. Awaken damage on top. That sword is not down to the critical parry point, but it still is alive. It's not a good spot for Mystifus to be in. He's put in a bit of an awkward stance. He's got to be careful. Looks like he was faking out with the secondary. It looks like he had the wrong sword in his hand. I'm honestly impressed Magno didn't actually counter that in time. I think he was just a little bit too nervous about it. He still has that edge breaker. He's probably waiting to get that critical parry off, but that critical parry could be a while. Goes low for the dick tap, and he messes it up. Magno takes a lot of damage, forcing a second wind. This could be Mystifus' death right here. He has to be very careful. Magno has the full sword. He's going to be looking for a kill tap. He's looking low. He's going high, and doesn't work out. That is horrible for Magno. He should not be using the edge breaker here. There is no reason to. That axe is dangerous, and that critical parry is there. He wastes the edge breaker. Oh my god. I don't think that was a good trade at all. I think he should try to have popped the second wind. The critical parry. Magno does have his own edge breaker too, and now he's just in an awkward position. Magno has an edge breaker. He has the advantage here. He knows he has it. He's going to use it. The shield is still mostly intact. He has the defensive advantage here too. Mystifus is in a bad spot, messing up his awaken. Lunges forward, and his sword is gone, decimated by both cut and awaken damage. He is out on that first round. All right. That was quite the fight. Alright, fight re-begins. Both swinging on the swords, no abilities used yet. Mystifus swinging around. Magno doing a bit of a weird twirl. He does that weird twirl thing. The crust of the shield is gone. He has to be very careful with it. He does that weird twirl thing with his hands. Lots of swords coming close to each other. Unfortunately, ping is the king of this game, and it just didn't really happen, which was interesting. Maybe it's just a perspective thing. Anyways, Mystifus keeping up the rhythm. Gotta be careful. Keeping his sword steady and straight. A big lunge! Wow! And that was awful. Mystifus dropped so much awaken there. Was not expecting a singular strike, and critical Magno dealt so much damage, forcing second wind right then and there. Magno has the ward out. He has the advantage. He went a side around swipe with the axe. Absolutely brutal. That's what I would call that. Wow, he had so many advantages there. Magno is playing out of his mind. Fight re-continues. Mystifus immediately popping ward to keep himself safe. He's really got to be able to make sure he can keep up that awaken, because it's just been a struggle, and now he is letting his guard down too much. The ward is gone. technically kept him safe, but that was still not a good, great use of it. The axe has come out, a little bit of awakened damage on top. Could have been absolutely handled much better. Mischievous is handling this not what I would call a good way. He's got to be careful. Lunges forward. Did he just trip in game? It looked like he tripped. It's hard to tell. Takes a little bit off the crust. Once again, that shield crust is just taking abuse today from poor Mischievous. Anyways, overall, decent damage. Mischievous needs to do some more, though, if he wants to crawl back and get a bit of a reverse sweep going. It would be quite the fight, but ooh, more damage from Magno. Magno is just tearing into Mischievous. So far, right. So, you know what? No, I'll explain this later. But this fight continues. Magno's holding up that shield defensively. Jumps up, and 89 damage. Absolutely brutal. I will mention this here because I know I'm going to probably forget, actually, that one of the last rule that I forgot to mention was that 8+ SP players cannot be sent out until after the first 4 fights. And, oh, that is Magno's first life gone. Absolutely brutal. That is life number 6 dead. Moving down to just 5 lives remaining from good old Magno. But still, so that basically means players like a Blaze can't be sent out until the first 4 fights are done. So, a little bit of a progression type system. Anyways, Magno has to keep himself careful now. He does not want to get reverse sweep. That would be awful for his prospects here. Jumps forward, has the ward. He's playing a little bit more aggressively. Mischievous popped ward, and it's been used up. Magno is still, he does that such a weird twirly thing. Jumps forward again. He's not playing what I would call exactly smart like he was earlier. He's doing a lot more lunges. To be fair, he had ward. His sword's regenerating now. Bit of a weird spot. This fight's very even so far still. Abilities have been used on both sides. Very interesting clash, and Magno messes up his awaken badly. Losing quite a bit of damage himself. He's got to be careful. And another decent hit. Magno is struggling to hold on to his lead. He's really got to be careful here. Taking out his second axe, looking for some damage opportunities. Take out the actual other axe, and big damage. 100 damage hilt shot. Ooh, that is brutal. Mischievous is probably going to be thinking a little bit of the secondaries, but his sword has regenerating decently. You know, it's still kind of weird. I've played the game a lot, but I still don't know exactly how like sword generation goes, like for certain characters. Like I didn't realize, like that was actually pretty fast. Anyways, but overall, very even triptades. Swords are broken at both at the same time. It looks like both are not going to be using their second wind just yet. Magno has a pretty clear advantage here in the sword length. It's a bit bigger, but Mischievous is going to try to make work with a small, tiny blade. The axe comes out, and it looks like, actually, no, that was not the axe coming out. That was the Wakizashi colliding with the main sword. 0 damage overall. Mischievous is not looking too hot there. Magno goes low with the axe. A very nice axe thrust, and out goes Mischievous. There's one player down, but Mischievous did do something very important before dying. He got a life off of Magno. That is 1 life down, and that's no good, but that was a good fight. Before we go on break again, let us go spin the wheel and decide who's getting host next. Not sure how it's going to go this time around, but hey, we'll see. It looks like it might, it might spin right over to Magno and GD. No, it will not. It is once again going to be Light Owl's host. All right, cool. I will be back with y'all soon. See you guys again. All right, we're back. The next fighter out of Light Owls is going to be Red himself. It's going to be interesting. Want to see how this goes. Let me get into the game. Okay. Why is my ping 269? I am so glad I'm not hosting these. All right. Join in. Oh, that is the wrong one. Okay, yeah. Hopefully Mago's not going to be in there. And once again, I am the late one here. Okay, wait. All right. Wait, hold on a minute. Magno's still on Viking. Oh no, he can't hear us. He has AirPods in. Shit. Okay, well, does he not Magno, you can't be on Viking anymore. You gotta switch off. Remember? Can't play a character for 2 fights. If you're saying anything, Magno, I can't hear you. I don't know.
That was a rule?
Yeah, that was a rule. We talked about it. It's listed in the rules.
That was a rule?
Yes. Yes, it's a rule.
I thought the rule was that I could keep playing. No. I thought the rule was that I could keep playing on the class, and then as soon as when I died is when I had to switch. I thought that's how it worked.
Hold on, wait. Let me look at the thing.
Right?
From what it says, a class can only be used twice
Hey,
for either team.
You need to confirm what you're talking about, because I don't recall.
A class can only be used twice for either team. So technically, that actually expands. That probably it might actually expand
like only picked. I thought that meant that like I could only play it I can play it, only the class can be picked twice. I'm pretty sure. I thought that's what that meant. So like for Light Owls, like since right now Red is playing Duelist, that means only one more person can play Duelist. Am I wrong? That's what I thought that meant.
It was Giratina who set up the
Fights is crazy,
rules.
though, like,
I'm not
you know?
sure if Giratina is. He is in the chat, but he's not really talking much. So
Confirm this with him. Confirm this with him. Confirm this with him.
this is probably important to confirm with. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna leave you guys on stream. So you guys will probably be silent because I need to go talk with Giratina real quick, or I do my best to talk with Giratina. Yeah.
If I can't use Viking, that's
All right, we're back. Sorry.
The rules.
Slight rule check.
He's gonna bend it to his will, bro. That's egregious.
Wow, man, you're the one complaining here. You looked at the rules. That's right there.
He should have stated 2 fights. 2 fights.
Wow.
He didn't say
Anyways,
2 fights. He said only twice.
Magno's credit.
unfortunately, Magno's reading comprehension is deteriorating as he gets older. So
rules, he would be able to play it, but we're not.
I would have saved my Viking for stronger classes. That's just
sorry, man. That's on you. You did that. Anyways, but
that's more on Gira for misinformation with his rules. But
wow, misinformation. Yeah, he was talking like Stephen Hawking. So yeah, he actually was. He was using like a text to speech mic. It was actually kind of hilarious. All right, let me pick up my controller, mute myself up.
He is using a text-to-speech bot.
He's using text to speech spot. It's pretty funny. Anyways, like I said, let me mute up real quick. All right, I can't hear me anymore. Good. All right. Yeah, I feel a little bit bad for Viking, or Magno, but I thought he understood the rules. All right. Let me put the controllers down and let me reorient that camera. All right. Another host for the Light Owls. Need to back up a little bit. All right. Fight is re-beginning. Magno is on Pirate now, because he can't have his Viking. And good old Mr. Red is on Duelist. Fight begins. Very even opening trade. Very slow gameplay so far. Looks like he's trying to use the knife. What is he doing? He is slow. I don't know how.
You okay? What the fuck? Why are you like looking around like something's wrong?
Looks like there's some weird conflicts going on between the fighters.
Do I look taller?
You okay? I look taller?
Oh.
Do I look taller than I'm supposed to?
Looks like they're having
I couldn't tell you,
an intimate moment together.
My thing just kind of froze and I feel taller.
Looks like he's having some weird.
I don't know, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
he is
what are
now
you doing?
ascending,
I just
moving forward.
recalibrated real quick.
What's happening, bro? What is happening?
That's a good
We're
question.
good. We're good. We should be good.
Okay,
You're gonna
apparently
lose
they
your-
are good. That was a dick tap. I'm putting that on the list.
What? Yep. All right. I'll be back again.
All right.
Fuck is all right. This is fine. All right.
Fight 3 beginning. Okay, just slight weird conflict going on. Everything's fine though. Fight 3 begins. Magno doing a swirly swirl. Not great damage. Taking quite a bit of awakened damage there. Red is gonna try to maintain his distance. He's got the legendary blade. Viking is Magno. Why am I saying his name like that? Anyways, Gage is broken. Absolutely brutal. Magno is not having a good start here. I'm not. He probably wasn't expecting to play Pirate, but then again, his reading comprehension is shit. Taking out Edgebreaker, and the Edgebreaker is used not super effectively there. Well, that awakening damage was nice. There was like no cut damage, so he's got to be more careful with that. More big damage. Magno is just a little bit not ready. He's off his footing right now. He's got to keep himself careful for the rest of this fight. Wow, it looks like Red was going to do some sort of flick stuff like Just Blue would do, but didn't really do that much damage at all. And by not much at all, I mean 0. You know, good job. Goes for a big thrust and 89 cut damage. Magno is down to the critical parry, and Tumbleweed is forced to use that second wind. That was an incredibly risky move. Magno is keeping the ward, trying to keep himself careful, and that was the axe being used. Magno has, it looks like his sword secondary is still in his back. That's going to be huge here for the rest of this fight. Red still has the dagger and the Edgebreaker, and it does a lot of swirly turlies, and Magno loses his ward right then and there. Not good at all. Red is looking for big hits. He's doing spin to win, and big damage. Magno is mad.
Okay, how does this work? Do I still have 3 lives, or now am I at 1?
He is now
I'm really
technically.
pissed off that I lost my Viking.
That's actually a good point. I think.
I'm not even
Okay.
gonna lie, because I was on 2 lives on my Viking.
I
Whatever.
think the way this is supposed to work
That is probably
is.
the dumbest
Also, I'm
thing
going
ever.
to slightly mess up the camera as I put my headset back on.
Okay.
My interpretation of it is that right now you're still playing a normal game, so you don't have 3 lives, from what I know. So so now you're down to 2 lives right now in this fight. But obviously you have.
Hey, that's retarded. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That's kind of stupid because I was on 2 lives on my Viking, not my Pirate. So I'm gonna be real with you. The 3 lives was to work for 2 classes, is what I thought. So technically, right now I'm like, how does this even work? Because in a real game, you would have 3 lives on each class. You would not have 2. So right now I only had 2 to work with on my Pirate. That's kind of retarded. I'm not even gonna lie.
I kind of agree with you.
That's just how I feel about it. I'm gonna be real. Like, if this is how like the game's gonna go, it's gonna sucks ass. I'm gonna be real with you.
I feel like we probably should have clarified this with Giratina, to be honest. I
Because
feel like
technically
this
you would be
this
fighting
never
on
came
my
up.
Viking. My Viking should not be dead right now. Well, I don't know. That's how Battlegrounds has always worked, though. Like, that's how Battlegrounds has always worked, where basically you have
That is the one thing.
like.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't understand why did I have to lose my class?
You literally okay.
I
To be
never
fair,
lost.
Magno, you did look at like the rules were pretty clear in saying that like you can
They
use the
never
class 2
said-
times.
No.
That was like the first
The
thing
rules
it said.
never stated that I only had my Viking for 2 games.
I
It
feel like
says
the basic
only
interpretation
allowed
was
to pick
supposed to
class
be
twice.
the basic interpretation that Giratina
Bro.
wrote was supposed to be,
It
at least
would-
from my
if it-
understanding.
unless if Garrus is altering his rules to win this, which is fine. If
I
he
don't
wants
think
to
he
change it,
is.
He can change it. But to change it halfway through when I've already won 2 games with my Viking without knowing is kind of crazy. That's all I'm saying.
In my mind,
Because now I've walked into a fight. I mean, I'll lose this. I'm fine with losing this. I'll like let him win, right? But it's just from the next game, whenever I send myself out or GG, this is stupid. I'm gonna be with you. This kind of ruins it. We should be able to stick with our class all the way through until it dies. I think.
I can check in with
'Cause,
Giratina.
like it just
Yeah.
makes no sense. It just makes no sense. How do you
I-
switch halfway through to another class.
I understand where you're coming from.
Player.
Honestly, the more we're talking about it, yeah, you are making good points here.
It just yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Honestly, I kinda
You
agree.
can win this. We'll move on. But I'm just saying, like, whoever comes out next, like, they should stick with that class until it dies.
Okay, so I think we should settle on.
Unless you wanna stick
Also,
with this, that's up to you. But
so on the
I'm
lives,
just suggesting
do you guys want
we
to stick
move
with
on
like
it.
Magna having like 3 lives at this point now?
No,
Because
I'm dead here. I'm dead here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm at 3 lives now. He's killed me.
so technically, yes, you are. Man, I'm dead. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, we can't reset this. We can't reset this. He just got his 2 lives. I wasn't supposed to play Pirate, whatever, man. I
Okay.
probably could have done at least 1 life, but whatever. I did not prepare to play Pirate for this fight.
All right. Well. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just it's kind of ridiculous. But good
All right,
fight.
you guys. Okay, so
See ya.
in that case, yeah, you guys can go. Red, you can go too. But all right, in that case, I am going to go to good old Giratina. I am gonna have a little talk with him about how that part is supposed to work, because honestly, I kind of agree with some points Magno's making. I know it's unfortunate that the fight had ended early just like that, but that's kind of how it goes. So I will be back. All right, so we have a solution. So after a little bit of talking with some of the guys and understanding that Magno didn't fully understand the rules, and there's probably some confusion on my end too, unfortunately, we are going to alleviate the Viking issue. We're gonna let him have Viking again. It looks like it's supposed to be when he either dies or switches, then the character can be used twice, which is understandable. And it looks like we are restarting the lives. So Magna will still have 5 lives going into this. And Red will still be Red. So Red's okay with the rematch. He was the one he was one of the people that advocated for it. So I think that even though this is a little bit of a clusterfuck, in my opinion, this is a clusterfuck. I think there's worse ways that this could be going wrong. So, all right, let me get into lobby again. I hit the wrong button. Excellent. Where is the code? He dropped a code somewhere. There it is. We'll get back on track with our standard broken edging. All right. Everything's good? You guys ready? Right. We'll pretend like that last fight didn't happen,
What
okay?
is Viking eating, bro?
I have no clue. Oh, yeah, I should also mention, by the way, Viking gave us a free mukbang when I walked into VC. Because he was just eating shit into his mic. So he's also
that's
posted a picture, and it looks vile.
That's disgusting.
It's gross. Yeah, I agree. So
That's not what he's eating, I'll tell you that.
that was interesting. Anyways, you guys are good to
All right,
start.
so confirmed
can.
White Owls eat Cheetos and mayo.
Indeed.
Yep.
All right.
No.
The fighting is
you guys-
beginning. I will refix up the camera. The camera did go kind of crazy during that
Confirmed here,
whole
it's gotta be
conversation.
Cheetos and
Wasn't
mayo.
really paying attention to it, unfortunately, because focusing on
All right, good
being,
luck.
you know,
This
diplomat
game completely.
on whatever the hell was going on. But this time we have an actual proper fight about ready to start. So live has been reset. Like I said, it seems like everyone's agreeing on this, so all's good from both parties. Fight begins. Oh, that didn't happen. Anyways, all right. Tumbleweed, Mr. Red. Fight begins. Magno is on his Viking, keeping himself ready, doing a bit of a sword spin. Goes for a very deep hill tap and 95 cut damage. Massive damage right there. Immediately ward is popped by Red. Magno is looking pretty dangerous with his Viking. He's got to be careful, though. A big lunge forward out of Red. Wow. That was incredibly dangerous, and he paid a huge price for it. That was a lot of damage. Magno breaks out his ward, takes out an axe. Looks like that's the small knife's coming out, and eats the shield, although that's a big chunk of the shield's gone. All that's left is the base center. So it's not going to be doing too much. Axe is hit. 29 cut damage from the double axes. Not the greatest tool, fall beyond utilization of the tool, but then again, Magno has a big lead right now. More cut damage and awaken damage, and that's down to critical parry. Red might be regretting his decision to let Magno off the hook here, but it's for the integrity of the game, so you know what, let him have it. Anyways, looks like, takes out the axe, and the axe secondary messes up. Edge breakers are coming out for both sides. Big lunge forward, and not much damage overall. I believe that was an edge breaker trade, not a great one. Magno still making use of that small dinner plate of a shield. It looked like Red slightly fell over. 100 damage cut. That was actually very good. But it's important to note that Red has no abilities left, including Second Wind or Critical Parry, and this is probably going to be his last sword swipe. As Magno uses his own Second Wind to keep his sword up, he is raring and ready. Red's only advantage is he has host. He's going to rush forward, and Magno knows he's going to rush for it. Impales himself on the sword. And it's done. GG talking about in chat how they were prepared to play one class each, which is, like I said, that I guess there was just sort of a misunderstanding with how the rules go. Unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is right now. Anyways, the shield looks like a bit of a shield tap there. Not shield tap, ward tap. Red's ward is gone. Big damage overall. Red looks like he's doing a bit of a breathing exercise right now. Keep himself steady and sane, which I understand where he's coming from here. But fight continues. Looks like he's trying to go for a good angle. The knife is gone. That was actually a very good save there. This fight could have been over a lot quicker if he didn't have it like that. Magno has a very nice advantage here, even though things looking good for Magno. He's still got a lot of players left to go if he wants to make it through here. But big damage once again. Magno gets rushed, and Red walks right into the sword again. Man is just throwing that hilt of the sword right at Magno's blade. Not good at all. Magno does his own rushing, and a nice jump move gets big damage on. Red is just overall not looking good here. He is absolutely off his footing. He runs forward! He runs forward! Gets the dick tap. Red, a breath of life for the Light Owls. And poor Magno is recontemplating his life decisions. And Red is probably praying to a higher deity right now. But that's a life down on Magno. Just 4 lives left to go. Let's see the rest of this goes. And the knife comes out, and oof. That knife was not utilized all that well. Definitely could have had some more great uses for it. Keeping the sword ready. Looks like a bit of a twirly spin. Magno is kind of faltering, just like his fight against Mystiphus. He faltered late in the fight. He's got to be careful here. He cannot mess this up. Oh, and he messes it up. Big, big, big damage. Forcing second wind. Red is regaining control of this fight. Takes out his ward. Magno is becoming unsteady as this fight goes on. But the double axes come out, and that's some big, nice damage. Juicy. And it's honestly going to come down to it more and more. But Red still has a very nice lead with how his blade is alive. That singular rush is might have just saved him. And that's going to, oof. Big cut and awaken damage combined to force down to critical parry. Magno takes out his ward, and the ward, it looks like that tapped the shield, but Red's ward is gone. Magno, but his shield is just eating the hits. It looks like Red is able to consistently wear down the shield. Rushes forward, the axe. Magno was waiting for it, and Red just gets completely surprised by it. He does a little clap. That was a very impressive move, if I'll be honest here. Like, that was good. But the fight continues. The fight keeps on going. Very nice move right there. Fight continues. Bit of a frantic lunge forward out of Red there. Trying to hype himself up here. He's looking around to hopefully finish this one off. Oh, and that is a brutal strike. So the thing is that the right? Oh shit! I think we clarified. Yeah, I think we clarified it. But I believe, yep. So that is, I believe, the end of that life because he is down 3 lives. He fucks up the Red. Wow, Red is just bad at this, if I'll be honest here. But because that's Magno's first 3 lives down, he's out. And good old Mr. Red survives. 2 lives. Actually, just 1 life remaining for him. He's got to keep himself careful for the rest of this. All right. So Magno is down to 3 lives. We're going to go to break, figure out if he wants to swap out, stay. GG wants to give him some extra lives to keep him going. See what Red wants. I'm assuming Red's going to keep on fighting. He's only going to have 1 life, though, so we got to be careful. We'll be back. Slight apologies. I just realized in the middle of talking with some of the guys that I need to spin the wheel to decide who's going up next. I am sorry. That is my bad. I should have spun that before I left, and it looks like Magno and GG are going to be able to host. So actually, I say Magno GG. GG is going to be the next one up. Magno is going to take a back seat with his 3 remaining lives, and GG is coming out, and it's going to be, he has to just take 1 life off of Red. All right. Anyways, back to the break. Sorry about that. Just, checking back in and all that. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Alright, folks, we are back on. We got a code. Looks like GG, like I said, is going to be the one going up. Red has 1 life remaining. So it's going to be quite the challenge. I am being pinged in 5 million different servers. Holy shit. Magnus is telling me something. Yeah, his phone. He broke his phone. Okay, alright. So that's why GG is having to communicate through Magno. Alright, multiplayer. Oof. So I believe, I don't know if it's west, but I think 23 is the opening is the west. So this is the west coast. All right, I am here. I'm here first. Hey, GG. How's it going? So now we're waiting on red. Also, let me get off fighter.
Hi.
How's that sleep schedule going, Mr. GG?
Hi. See, the point is, if I fix my sleep schedule, it's still fucked up.
Well, I mean, hey, you gotta have some goal somewhere. I'll say, and red is here now. So red has just 1 life
that.
left.
Red, you want to take off the lives, or?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay, so they're gonna take off the lives. Cool. All right, you guys are good to start. All right. Okay. You can no longer hear me. Time to fix up this camera.
Oh, dear God.
Vitals.
Why am I almost level 2,700? 200% off. Oh, my
Alright.
ping is very. I had 4,000 ping yesterday.
4,000. God damn. All right.
What?
So if my ping spikes randomly, that's my bad.
All right. So things around. Beyond Humans still have 2 players remaining.
Be terrifying.
So they're gonna take the lives off
Well,
first.
It's
So they're gonna whittle it down. Red has 1 life remaining here.
I'm not playing with an Oculus charger. What are you on about?
GG still has 6 since obviously he's
All right.
new. But just 1 more take off the life. Just a little off the top.
All right, let's go.
And the fight is
Okay,
now
guys,
truly
I'm gonna
beginning.
pop my domain expansion.
All right. The fight begins. All right. Red pops. Well, both are popping ward actually. Keep himself safe. Fight is beginning. A lot of troll spinning, and secondary comes out already. 72. That is some brilliant cut damage, but very early to the secondary. Did get good value overall though. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna knock GG too much. A big jump by Red to knock the ward off. GG just has to get a singular tap here, and he has to avoid being tapped. Speaking of taps, that ward is gone by the looks of it, and so he has to be careful. Rushes forward, and that is the small dagger gone. 52 damage, which isn't bad, but could obviously have been better, especially in a fight like this. Now, 6. The most tip trade that could ever have tip trade, but 6 damage, both sides, not much at all. I guess they had equal awaken. No awaken, and oh my goodness, an incredibly quick, fast strike.
Yeah.
Red is out. GG taking no lives lost in that interaction. Brilliant, fast, and unfortunately, before we leave, we have to go right back to the break. But before we do that, I need to remind myself, go back to the host wheel. Let's spin this shit. All right, spin to win, spin to win, spin to win. Who's hosting right now? All right, the wheel spins, the wheel spins. It looks like it might pass. It's gonna pass to GG and Magno. So GG has host for this next match. All right, while we go wait for him, you guys can go wait on the starting screen. See you guys then. All right, we're back. We have code from good old GG. Let me grab my controller. Here we go. All right. All right. Get that code in there. Next fighter up is going to be Gogurt from Light Owls. We're also past the point now where technically players like Ablaze could come out now, since the first 4 matches are up. Also, no one has really done any lives transferring yet, which is interesting. All right, hey guys. I guess you guys are good.
3 lives.
All right, you're Magna's just
Good
you're
luck.
GG
Thank
still
you,
good.
my Snookums box. Thank you, Snookums. Thank you, Snookums.
Fuck you. All right, anyways. The fight is about to begin. All right, so it's going to be not duelist, I apologize. Samurai versus Persian. Let me get on the right side of the screen. Looks
Yo,
like
Box, I think your mic broken.
he doesn't understand that I turn my mic off, so I don't fucking, you guys, they can hear me commentating over their fight. Anyways, but the fight begins. Very, very big opening strike. Big damage to both parties. Looks like they're both doing a bit of jamming down right now, which is understandable. GG takes out his edge breaker. He has his ward popped earlier. Goes for big damage and goes for a big old swipe. And it looks like Gogurt just did the shocked face reaction image, like the pirate in the waiting screen. Overall, a little bit surprised that he just died right there, which is interesting. Ward is coming out for GG. Swinging the swords around, and big awaken damage being dealt. But that is where Persian is at their strongest, is when they're only taking awaken damage. Then again, their swords aren't broken. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but the ward is gone. Gogurt is playing very, very sluggish right now. That's the best way to describe it, is sluggish. He's got to be picking up the pace just a bit more, and that's big, big damage. GG is awake as he could be. He probably down about 5 different Red Bulls before he started fighting here. And Gogurt just got woken up from his nap. And that edge breaker was pitiful. Not very good at all. But so far we've noticed any kind of pattern. Looks like BeyondHumans seem to do very good the openings of the fight, and then slightly start to falter when it's time to finish it off. We're going to have to see how Gogurt can complete this fight. Goes for a very big weird hit. I almost thought he just hit him there. Wow. That was the secondary taking it? Wow. Gogurt is going to be using second wind. He has to be very, very careful here against GG. Rushes forward. That's not a good idea to do. You don't have host here, my guy. And that is big, big damage. Gogurt has just the critical parry left. He looks a little bit miffed, honestly, about all this happening. But I can understand it. Rushes backwards and rushes forwards and takes his first hit. Absolutely brutal right there. And that is 1 life down on GG. GG takes out Ward. Looking to make some more space with it. Goes for a pretty nice hit. Gogurt is a bit more awake than he might have realized, and a bit more awake than maybe I've realized. But GG has to just make sure he's staying on his toes. Goes pretty low there. Gets some alright damage. Persian was always at their strongest in the late game. And now we're seeing that in action. Goes very low again. He's really liking those low shots. And that edge breaker protected from a almost catastrophic hilt shot. And that big damage is coming back. And that looks like the gauge is broken. Looks like that was both secondaries. Is that both? Actually, no, I think yeah, okay, no, still got 1 secondary in the tank for GG. And big damage overall to both sides. But it's going to take a while for that awaken damage to apply to Gogurt, and Gogurt takes out second wind. Gogurt is getting in the groove of it, but not enough of a groove to avoid a 100 damage hilt shot. Absolutely brutal. GG is in a similar spot as he was last time with a clear advantage, but he has to be able to keep it. He got complacent last time, and he wasn't ready for it. A big move forward, but GG catches it out in time. His gauge is still alive, and now Gogurt is going to be down to just his critical parry, which is not a good spot to be in. He's pretty much just going to have 1 sword left to really work with. Very risky. He tries to go for a killing move. Gogurt almost gets the tap. GG has to be very, very careful here. He might be trying something again. Goes extremely low. The game froze for a split second. And a very clean dick tap delivered right to Mr. Gogurt. All right. The fight continues once again. Edge breakers are coming out. Ward is coming out. Mr. GG. Looks like it's just a bit of a fake out. Fight is recontinuing. Looks like Gogurt is going to be kind of faking his own edge breaker. Bit of a lunge forward. It doesn't use it though. Anyways, but sorry, I should do something real quick. All right. Anyways, but Big strike forward. Not much damage at all, really. Overall, this is a slow-going fight, which... and as I say it, Castro's cursed a little bit there. Big damage is dealt to both sides. Well, I would say GG... I'm not sure if I'd say GG really has the lead here, considering his abilities he's been using. Well, Mr. Ogre still has most of his abilities intact. Takes out his Edgebreaker, has the ward up, and big damage, 70 cut damage with that Edgebreaker. A little bit of awaken damage back, so not very strong, on the awaken front, but great on the cut damage. GG's got to be careful. Lunges forward a bit and does pop the ward. Interesting move there. Looks like Gogre is fighting with a lot of bravado, and he eats so much awaken damage. GG is just barely, his gauge is just barely alive. Honestly, kind of miraculous, really. But it's finally broken. That could be a deciding factor. Forcing second wind, that was pretty much an extra sword fight, or sword swipe out of GG. Both are just down to critical parry now with full blades. And it doesn't matter because Gogurt was not watching correctly. And that is another player down.
Hold up, bro. I can't say that on stream. Hold up. I can't.
He's apparently about to say a racial slur. Very impressive. I'm going to turn off desktop audio. Hey guys, here, let me turn, okay. Actually, wait, no, I want to tell them that they can say it. Hold on, wait, let me make sure, let me turn on my thing. Unfortunately, I'm not sure, can I change my mic? I want to be able to tell them that they can say it because I think it'd be funny. They can't hear you. Oh, you guys can say it. Oh, damn it, he's gone. GG, you could say anything. I turned off desktop audio. You could say anything, and I was trying to get, yeah, you can say something. No one will hear you. Only I'll be able to hear you. That is not acceptable to say in our society anymore. Thank you. Well, the second thing he said was true, but first thing was not. Anyways, that was the end of that fight. GG, keep himself alive. Yeah, the camera angles don't matter. Anyways, but we are going to go on break once again. Before we do that, though, you all know what time it is. It's a very important time. We must do it after every single fight. The host wheel. Go and grab it real quick. Spin to win. Who's getting host now? It spins, it spins, it spins, it spins. It looks like it's going to end up with Light Owls pretty firmly. Light Owls are going to host this next one. Down to 4 players, I believe, remaining on Light Owl's side. There may be 5 more. I'm not sure. There's a weird count going on. Anyways, but Light Owls will have host, and we will be right back. All right, a short break this time around. The next fighter is actually a big one. Mr. Giant Viking is marching out to go meet GG in combat. So, let me get back. Let me get in game. Let me go get to their lobby. All right. This has been mostly smooth. I would say this has kind of been smooth sailing. Besides that weird hiccup in second fight, which, we won't talk about. All right, joining in. It takes 5 million years for the button to work. All right, hey guys. So, GG, you technically have 2 lives, I suppose.
I'm gonna touch you.
You're not gonna do
touch
that
you,
because you
boss.
actually can't because you are. I'm not here.
Naturally, 10725 Niagara Lane.
Actually, you're banned, buddy. But anyways, you guys are good to go. GG, you only have 2 lives left.
Viking,
Actually,
you'll
here's a
take- you'll-
picture. Here's a picture of your window, buddy.
Actually
Viking,
muted.
you can take the 1 point off me.
Yeah, you guys can do the 1 point if you want.
Good luck. Have
alright.
fun. I'm gonna be muted.
Okay, have to mute my mic properly. Okay, they can hear me good. All right. So I believe they're going to do the taking lives off thing. Start off. So it's Giant Viking. Let me swap around the thingies. All right. So they're gonna. GG's gonna. Since GG technically only has 2 lives right now, Viking's gonna be extremely elegant with how he takes them off. So as everything is normal, so this fight is going to proceed as normal. GG has 2 lives remaining in this fight. See how this goes. Fight begins. GG takes out Ward. Viking. Very, very, very impressive damage. Incredibly impressive, in fact. That was like 13. Crazy. But fight continues. Some alright damage to both sides, really. This is kind of an even opening. So not too much has happened just yet. GG is taking out the edge breaker, and the ward gets popped. He's got to be careful. Can't become too comfortable. Looks like he's trying to make something work with that edge breaker, and that secondary is gone. Viking is a just straight up strong opponent here. But then again, he only has 3 lives. How much can he take of this? And that's some big edge breaker damage right there. That is absolutely worth it. That gauge is getting low, but now Viking is looking with his own edge breaker, drops the edge breaker, and gets a very brutal 3 damage. Takes brutal 3 damage from that secondary. Overall, could have been used better use the secondary, and 100 damage hilt shot. Absolutely brutal. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't believe GG has any secondary, so he can't even rely on them when his blade needs to regenerate. Goes very, very high. Viking going for a big hit, but both of them still have gauges that are just barely alive. GG just a little bit more. This clash is probably going to break both. Looks like both are looking for something, and oh, actually, it looks like Viking has his gauge broken. GG is going to keep it alive just a little bit longer. Rushes forward. Big, big damage to both parties. But GG is forced to a second win here. Viking is not. Viking has his ward. GG is only really has critical parry left. At this point, he's on the back foot. But the back foot is a dangerous spot to be in, to be left in. And GG responds very well. The ward is still up. And it looks like, did they both drop Awaken there? Very impressive. Anyways, ward is gone now, and it's a very even, tight, close fight. But now, tables have turned, and GG still having his critical parry. This is actually going to be a very awkward situation if he can't secure the kill. Walks forward, and Viking has a full blade, and GG does not. The nightmare scenario with critical parry. GG, Giant Viking has so much room to work with, and he messes it up. Wait, he didn't have, apparently that was not critical parry. It was hard to tell from here. But he goes very low, and GG has very little he can do at this point. And that is another life off of our good friend, Mr. GG. It's tough to topple Mr. Viking. Mr. Viking is a very good player at this game. Very high hit. And oof, once again, we're kind of going back to the start of the fight where things were very, very even. And clashes didn't really do much. Well, not do much, but they're very, very even. A bit of a lag spot there. And messes up his attack. It looks like, I think it was mess up attack. At least, wait, I mean, well, he did use ward. Okay, maybe that was just ward blocking. Anyways, the edge breaker was also used there kind of pitifully. Not a good value out of it. GG's having a bad habit so far of using his abilities way too early, or earlier than he should. and not getting good value out of them. Leaves. It looks like he's about to leave a spot open. Does a decent retaliation, but he's just taking a lot of damage for this. He has to be careful. He has his Wakazashis out. Maybe he's looking for a good move with the secondaries. A bit of a pinching maneuver, but Viking probably sees it coming. Only takes 27 cut damage, not that much. This could be worse, and goes for the edge breaker, and ouch. GG is done there. So, GG has the option to stay on and keep fighting, but I'm not really sure how that's going to go. I believe they sent it back to lobby. They did. All right, well, so GG is now down to just 3 lives, both Magnum and GG. They could try some shenanigans with trading around lives, and Viking is a powerful combatant here. But real quick, before we go off, we need to spin the wheel again to see who's getting host this time around. Before we go off and to decide who's going what. But the wheel spins, the wheel spins, the wheel spins, and it looks like GG and Magno are going to be hosting this one. I'm not sure if GG will return or Magno would like to come out instead. It's an optional thing, but they will have host this time around. All right. We will be back, I suppose. All right, incredibly, we're speedrunning, getting back into the game, as GG has elected to stay in, and a new code has been given. This time, it's pretty much going to be a bit of a rematch. Giant Viking still out there, still 3 lives. Give me that sword. But now, looks like GG is going to have host. This is going to be a big opportunity for him. If he can secure a win here, it's going to be big for Beyond Humans to try to finish out this fight. All right, joining the game. All right. Good to see you guys. You guys are hi Viking. All right, you guys are good to go whenever you need. All right. So now just waiting on GG to pick his character. Viking is picking once again Barbarian. Who could have guessed? All right, put the sword down. There we go. All right, taking Ronin. GG is gonna be our first Ronin of the day. All right, I have accidentally hit the button. I do not like when it does that. It kind of sucks. All right, there we go. GG on Ronin, having host. It's going to be big for him. Let's see if he can close out this fight. Good and proper. Fight begins. Bit of an interesting kind of lower lunging move. Not much starting out with, but some overall very even damage. Goes for a, wow. Viking goes for a really big jumping move, it seems, and gets some pretty nice damage on it. Edgebreaker comes out, and alright Edgebreaker damage. Not too much. Not too little. Pretty nice. But the rest of this fight is still ahead of us. And that was a fantastic retaliatory strike out of GG. Brutal. That was around 150 or so damage dealt to Mr. Giant Viking. His gauge is almost broken. Now GG has to be careful. Goes very, very high. Keeps his swords high. Loses the ward, and now Viking is threatening the Edgebreaker. Drops the Edgebreaker, and he doesn't need the Edgebreaker to deal that much damage because that was a lot. His gauge is still just barely kicking. He's got to be careful. Giant Viking is once again still threatening that Edgebreaker. Goes for a big of a deep hit, and it's done. Oof. Man, Giant Viking is just a menace in these games, isn't he? But him and the Blaze are just 2 brutal 1-2 combos here. Maybe a bit too much for these 2 to handle, but we're going to have to see how the rest of this goes. GG wants to try to finish this out. Does a very strange sword swipe, and GG and Viking didn't even have enough awaken to finish it off. The ward is still alive, nice and healthy. The fight continues. All right, so big damage dealt right to GG's front doorstep. That was about 90 or so. So threatening with the Edgebreaker, and alright Edgebreaker damage. Not too terrible, but at the same time not nearly the same as that almost 150 he dealt in the last round. You gotta be careful here. Viking has the advantage. And the Edgebreaker was used. That was not the best use of it, I'd say. That was good damage, but honestly, I feel like once again this is just kind of a slower fight so far. GG almost messes it up, backs up, and I'm impressed he wasn't he wasn't body tap there. Looks like he's taking out second wind now. Been on the back foot, only having critical parry left. Viking is threatening low with that sword. He could be going high. That's a move he loves, and a proper retaliation out of GG. Comes in and deals some very nice damage, in fact. As the fight continues, looks like GG is kind of wiggling his sword at him, and the gauge is broken as Viking tries to look for a better angle up top and gets caught out on the way there. GG has a short sword, and it's getting shorter with both fighters now down to the critical parry point. But Viking has second wind and is able to keep himself with a full blade. This is an extremely dangerous point for GG. He has to be very careful. Also, I just realized I have not actually updated the lives real quick for good old GG. He has just 2 lives now. Overall, limited damage. Let me update that. Yeah. Hey, better than the Simon Swiss tournament. 100 damage hilt shot. And this fight is re-evening out, but it's important to note that GG has no abilities left. Oh, and that was it. That puts GG down to 1 life. Oof. All being lost to Mr. Viking. This is a bit of a do or die moment. Viking has lost no lives himself. And for now, it's looking kind of dire. Lighthouse is a pretty strong guild, so we have to see how the rest of this goes. GG takes out Ward immediately, and he tries for the free Edgebreaker. The free Edgebreaker is not so free, because turns out it's like a 50-50 chance that it is actually even available for you. GG is getting very sloppy now, probably incredibly demoralized by that, what should have been the free Edgebreaker being activated. But the buggy game is the buggy game, and that was a pitiful Edgebreaker with just a measly 12 damage it looked like being dealt. I believe that was 12 damage. Viking taking out his Edgebreaker. He looks like he wants to finish this, and GG is just losing all motivation to keep on fighting, which I understand, honestly, because this is just a straight up awful spot to be in. Goes high. He is just not doing well right now. GG is contemplating his life choices if he should have slept in a little bit longer. But Viking has a very clear advantage here, and this could be. He walks forward. Viking backs up, knowing how he's going to go for a move like that, and takes a bit of damage in the process. But at this point, Viking, as long as he stays potent and careful, he's pretty much already won. And as I say it, GG is done for now. Unless, you know, Magno is considering giving him an extra life, then possibly he could come back. But that is 1 player down.
I don't think you'll mind.
BeyondHumans. Looks like they're trying to talk right now, but GG is probably considering some things. Anyways, but fighters can both leave now. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. I'm going to open up the button and tell them to leave. Okay, it looks like they both are leaving. Unfortunate situation. Viking still stands tall, and it looks like it's up to Magno to finish off this monster. So we're gonna go back to the. We're gonna go to the host wheel, as is. This could be technically our last scuffle, assuming that Giant Viking can pull off the sweep, and it looks like it's gonna be a Light Owl's host. So Viking will have host. This could be the end of this little event. However short it may be, this has been pretty fun. Either way, it's not like they're dead yet. So we're gonna go to break, and we'll be back. we have a very interesting development, as it looks like instead of it moving on to Magno with 3 lives, it looks like Magno has decided to trade one of his lives over to GG, which is technically going to bring him back into the game, giving GG 1 life, and GG is going to come back on and is going to go for a 3rd fight against Giant Viking, who has given the code. I'm going to jump over to the game now because I do need to get in game. They're probably sick of waiting for me for 5 million years. Ugh. Pick the sword. Give me the sword. All right, there we go. Oh, oops. All right, I believe that's the code. Yes. All right. All right, guys, you guys are good to go, I guess. Yeah.
I won life.
Alright.
1 life, GG.
Viking. If you yawn again, bro, I have not been toxic to you. If you yawn again, I will be at your front doorstep.
I'm not trying. I wasn't being toxic.
Nah, I know you're being
tired.
toxic. No, you're not tired, bro. You're tired of being
I'm just
short.
letting them-
You're a mini Pekka.
I'm just letting them enjoy. I'm just letting them do this.
Alright, we're playing this class.
I look like a Goomba, bro.
All right.
You are a Goomba, bro.
Wow. Absolute heat being thrown by both players right now. But this is going to be it. Giant Viking host. It's BeyondHumans against
I'd like to have a sponsor to today's video. NordVPN.
GG has
please take the
apparently
lives off-
revived himself to give himself a sponsor.
Take the 2 lives off me.
So they're going to take the 2 lives off to get the fight back to even.
I accidentally reported you on accident, so that was my bad.
Looks like GG's taking preventative
you
measures
reported
by
me. Alright,
reporting
Cool.
Giant
Cool
Viking
kick
to the
club.
authorities.
Like,
Very
like-
impressive move. Better than an edge
I'm
breaker,
sponsored
probably.
by choose my words wisely. Adidas, yes. Alright, good luck.
We are
I'm
not
gonna die.
sponsored by Adidas. I feel like there's some sort of legal contract. I'm not making money off this stream, but I feel like I don't want Adidas coming at my door. Anyways, but the fight. It's time for the fight to really begin. GG is on just 1 life, which I still am questioning why they're letting him do this. If this is a singular interaction, oh my goodness gracious, it was.
Alright, it was that quick.
That was, I think,
Alright,
nothing
well, thank you
short
for,
of.
visiting
Sponsor
today's
today's
video.
videos. Adidas.
He is still insisting on Adidas being the sponsor. I swear to God, if I go back to
no
Magno and he
worries.
says, give him another life,
Actually,
I'm going to
I
lose
have
it.
a word to get out to the devs. Please fix your fucking game, please.
It looks like GG's a little upset, which honestly,
fix
it.
after that whole, free edge
Please
breaker
fix
thing,
it. Like,
not being
I
so
don't know
free.
what you guys doing,
Please.
but the game's really shit right now. My quest can't run it. Run it.
Run it.
My quest can't run it that well. I'm a poor boy. I can't afford
Support this.
GG's using my platform live to make his own requests.
Oh,
Very
I know.
Fucking game.
Yes, fix the game.
I kind of agree with him. Yeah, fix the game.
Bye, bye, bye.
Just fix all the
I
bugs.
love
Easy.
you.
Bye.
Say it back.
Just remove their
What?
multiplayer button again.
Say it
Like we did
back.
that
I
one
love
time.
you, bro. I love you, bro.
Alright,
Looks
thank
like they're
you,
admitting
man.
their love
Thank
for each
you.
other. It's
If you
very
12,
wholesome,
13,
honestly.
14, please DM me. I want you. I need you.
Yes, sir. I'll be
Looks
on
like they're
it.
talking about their secret
Chances
love
on the
affair.
case, bro.
It's impressive that no one's talked about this just yet. But that is the end of GG. Once again, we are once again going to spin the wheel and go on break. I wonder if Magno is trying to game the system by getting a wheel spin where he gets host. And it might... it's just going to barely go to Light Owls. Light Owls are hosting again. It's once again going to be good old Vikings host. Very interesting decision. All right, well, we'll be back. All right, folks, we have our code. What could be the final match of today? with it looks like it's just going to be Magno versus with 2 lives versus our good pal GG. Not GG, sorry, our good pal. But actually, is he anybody's good? Yeah, kind of. But Mr. Viking. And we have a controller powered on. Why? I could just stand up and go grab the controller there. Yeah, I'm too lazy. All right, we got a new code. Could be the last code. All right. There were no guarantees about how long this event will be. Both fighters are here already. All right.
Talking about looking the update, bro.
All right, you guys.
Video game.
You guys ready?
I'm gonna give it a bug box. I've lost. I'm on a East Coast right now. I have 3 lives against
2 lives.
this,
You have 2
this
lives.
monster.
You have 2 lives.
I'm not winning, bro.
You have 2 lives.
I'm not winning.
Just
No, like,
correcting.
actually,
You have 2
like,
lives.
Actually, the entire planet is crushing me.
You have 2 lives. Just to let you know.
wait, right. I have 2. I forgot I have 2 lives.
Yeah.
The
2 lives.
entire planet of Earth is.
Oops. I can still hear me. Yeah, the plan's fucked.
I have to hold up planet Earth with my 2 fists.
All right. Well, yeah, this is probably a bit of a
It's
funeral.
not gonna matter anyways. It's just gonna run through my play space.
Oops. Why is it doing this? Why can't it just be normal?
All right. Well, I'm just gonna have to hold up the planet of Earth.
Oh
We
my
got
god,
this, bro.
I hate it when it does this. Good enough. All right, it looks like they're gonna sacrifice one of his lives for a presentation.
Kill me, bro. What are you doing? I lost a life because GG. I gave one to GG.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Gave a life up.
All right. Well, the best strategy here is to hit the gritty guys.
Looks like he's
Gonna
hitting
pop my
the
domain,
No gritty.
children.
go.
Anyways, the fight continues. The fight begins.
All right. So here's the strategy. So.
Looks like Magno is going to talk over me like the little bitch that
Alrighty,
he is.
so,
Uh,
so here's the strategy.
I
So
will
basically,
do
you
what I like to
just,
do, and I will lower
you
his
do, so-
fucking audio so that no one can hear him, and I get to commentate because I'm the cool person here. Anyways, the fight continues. Very bad opening out of Magno. 100 damage. Awful. Okay, never mind. Actually, it's kind of nice having him talk. Anyways, and that was very quick.
Oh, okay. Yep,
Incredibly fast. 2
yep,
strikes.
All right. So
It's done.
So basically, it's gonna go through your sword, but that's a part of the game. It's fine.
I think they're just doing a comedy routine. You know what? I'm gonna let Magno
so
just
now
commentate
what
on the
I'm
fight
supposed to
here
do-
for the final
What
fight.
I'm supposed to do is stand as far as back as possible, but it won't matter because it's gonna go.
And that is
you're
the
saying-
end of the
you're
tournament,
saying like a
folks.
wall.
Looks like they ran to the
so-
brick wall that is
That was
W
fun.
game.
Giant
guys.
Viking.
That was
Yep.
a good tutorial.
Actually,
Light
technically,
owls?
there's no counter barb.
Looks like there's some slight discussion about
W game.
barb balance.
Yeah, good game. All right, this game, fucking fix your game.
It looks like Viking is also upset. Understandable. Welp, folks, Bradley, real quick, I should have also mentioned this. I kind of feel bad. My friend Bray says hi. But anyways, I believe that is the end of our very first guild takedown. Magno and GG faced off against Light Owls, and unfortunately were toppled by, like I said earlier, the brick wall that is Giant Viking. But I hope you guys enjoyed this event. This is the first of its kind. I think most things went pretty well besides the discussion on the rules, which I think that's more of a thing up to Giratina and my understandings of the rules, and there was just some conflict there. It's just kind of unfortunate that it just kind of went down like that, but things were mostly resolved. There's a strong possibility there's going to be more events like these. If other guild leaders want to run guild takedowns and have a duo team try to take out their entire guild, you can come talk to me, talk to the players, have to set up some stuff in advance, but I should be able to help out. Obviously, I don't know, one event at a time, because I'm not doing multiple leagues in the same day, because fuck that. But hope you guys enjoyed the tournament, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.